You're a producer. You're trying to figure out a way to make your beats sound more interesting and less repetitive. Maybe you're a fan of Travis Scott, who oftentimes has switch-ups in his beats. Well, what's one really easy way to add a change-up to your beat? My name is El Marquis, musician, rapper, record producer, unashamed cross follower, and today I'm going to teach you how to add tempo changes to your songs or your beats in Logic Pro 10.
El Marquis Productions.
If this is your first time seeing me, welcome to the channel. I make videos that break down my songwriting and beat making process, as well as tutorials specifically for Logic Pro 10, as well as tips for independent artists and producers all around the world. So if any of that interested you, I would like you to do me a really quick favor. Go down, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, so that way you'll be able to see more videos like this, and other people with similar interests as you can see more videos like this. All right, generic YouTube algorithm stuff out the way. Let's go switch over to Logic Pro 10 so I can teach you how to add tempo changes to your songs or your beats. Okay, so this tutorial is going to be really straightforward, but first and foremost, why would you want to add a tempo change in your song or your beat? If you care about adding dynamics and you want to make a really drastic change to your dynamics, one of the really cool ways to do that is by changing the tempo, or in simpler terms, slowing down or speeding up the pulse of your song or your beat. You can hear tempo changes in different styles of music. Like if you've ever played in a high school band or a marching band, you may be familiar with having some sections of your songs played at one tempo, and then in the middle of the song it will either gradually slow down or gradually speed up or make a very abrupt change. Similar things can be heard in other styles of music, and this isn't super hard to do in Logic Pro 10 whatsoever. So I pulled up my song Meadowtown. This song does not have a tempo change in it, and I picked this on purpose just so I could show you how to do this straight from scratch. So the first thing you should do is think about where you might want the tempo change. Do you want it in a specific verse? Do you want it at the end of the song? Do you want the beginning of your song to be one tempo, and then maybe the next section of the song changes to another tempo? After you have a good idea of where you want the tempo change to be, go over here to, I'm not sure what this window is actually called, but go over here, you right click, and then you make sure that tempo is showing. So if I didn't select that, it would look like this. Then I would just right click over here on arrangement, go to tempo, pull that up. You also can adjust the size of that window right here to make things easier for you to see. If you're making a beat and all you have is MIDI data like this, then you don't have to do anything to these individual tracks. But if you have any audio files, such as, the bass track, the loop, Rhodes, so on and so forth, you have a couple extra steps to do, but they're not hard. Either hit Command F or just click the flex icon right here. And then what you'll need to do is go to each of those individual tracks and turn on flex mode. So the loop already had flex on because I adjusted the tempo of the original loop. You go down to all of your tracks, go and analyze the transients and all that stuff, and then the flex algorithm will try to guess what you want to do with each track. What you should do actually is go over to each of them and turn it on to either monophonic if it's something like a bass where it's only playing one note at a time, and something like this Kalimba Rhodes is playing more than one note at a time, you would turn it on to polyphonic. So that would just depend on the individual track itself. So now that all your instruments are in flex mode, you can actually change the tempo of all of your tracks, whether they're MIDI files or audio files. And in most cases, you won't hear any coloration or distortion of your audio. So right now is at 86 BPM. I'll just play the section of the song right now as is. Now if I want to change the entire BPM of the song, let's say I want to slow it down, all the tracks should follow the tempo. So now I'm just gonna hit edit undo, because that's not what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to change the tempo of the entire song. We want to change one specific section of the song. So I'll make this bigger so I can see it better. So let's say, just for example, let's say I want the entire song to be 86 BPM, but on the second chorus, I want to slow it down and I want it to be abrupt. All I'd have to do is click over here on measure 49, and then I can drag this down to, let's say, 72. So then as soon as this marker hits chorus 2, measure 49, it will abruptly slow down from 86 BPM to 72 BPM. That's really easy, really straightforward. What's another thing you could do? Let's say instead of making an abrupt tempo change, maybe you want the tempo to gradually decrease or increase. So let's say, for example, starting at measure 45, I want the tempo just to gradually slow down. Well, I'll add another one of those dots on measure 45, then I'll click this dot right here, and then I'll move it over to where it adds a little slope. And depending on how you set that curve, that will affect the speed of that tempo change. So all that does is just affects how fast you'll hear the tempo change. So that right there will be a gradual decrease in the tempo. So I'll show you what that sounds like. Super easy. It's really straightforward. This isn't really too complex of a trick to do. All you need to do is make sure that all of your audio files are in flex mode and they have the proper algorithm set on them, and then you just figure out where you want the tempo change, and if you want it to be abrupt or if you want it to gradually slow down or speed up. And if you're wondering where in your song or your beat would be a good place to add a tempo change, it's all up to you. There are no rules that say you need to have a tempo change somewhere in your song or your beat, or if you do want them, it needs to be in a specific place. An artist once wanted me to produce a song for him where he literally wanted there to be tempo changes within every section of the song. Like literally he wanted the intro to be one tempo, then the verse to speed up, then the chorus to slow down, and then for the next verse to speed back up. To my ears it was a little ridiculous, in his ears sounded cool. So if you produce or mix for other artists, who knows, you may run into a situation like that. And this is a cool trick to know how to do in the case where maybe you want to add a tempo change to your own beat or your own song, or if you're working with another artist and they want you to add that tempo change to whatever they're working on. So like I said, that's it. It's really straightforward. You just learned how to add a tempo change to your song or your beat in Logic Pro 10. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you've seen today, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you know whenever I upload new videos. Also, be sure to visit my website, lmarquisproductions.com, where you'll be able to check out my music, my beats, my sample kits, my merchandise, and my mixing, mastering, and consulting services. Now go down in the comment section below and let me know what other Logic Pro 10 tutorials would you like to see me teach you on this channel. My name is L Marquis, L Marquis Productions. God bless.